What's going on, everybody? It's Brian Tripp. It is bright and early when I'm making this video. Literally just had to stop what I was doing because of some of the things I'm seeing out there that are really just blowing me away. And I know a lot of other people who coach and teach are also blown away, and they have very differing opinions than I do. But the consensus among real estate coaches is, how is he a coach? He's only done one deal, or he's only been doing this for 6 months or a year. I don't really believe that. I think that teaching and coaching and the heart to help someone is personal. It's something that's in you. That's how I kind of got started as well. But I do think that there is a lot of ridiculous information that is out there. So the purpose of this video right here is to tell you to be careful who you listen to. If you have a question about anything, be careful who you listen to. And as a matter of fact, a great friend of mine has reminded me many times recently that you should seek the advice of no less than three people who you respect. It's okay to post a question on a forum or post a question in a Facebook group and try to get the best possible answer that you're looking for to your question. But I would seek the advice of three people minimum who you trust. Yeah, maybe you make a post and there's all these different opinions. There's bigger pockets out there. There's all these different resources where you can get bombarded with answers, and it almost paralyzes you because there's so many answers and so many of them are conflicting, you don't know who to listen to. So just the purpose of this video is just be careful who you're listening to. I want to give you guys an example. Just scrolling through Facebook, and I do that sometimes in the mornings, and just I try to help people as much as I can. These groups, these questions pop up in these groups, and I was looking at one of the questions and answers. I want to show it to you right here. So one of the questions in one of these groups, and I don't want to reveal the group or because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but one of the questions was, what do I do when the seller wants $5,000 in earnest money and all I have is $100? What do I do? What would you do? I would love for you to comment in this post right now and tell me what you would do. I'm going to show you some of the answers, but I want you to give some great ideas of what you would do. Some people would say, well, if you don't have if you don't have earnest money, then you shouldn't be wholesaling. Well, that's obviously ridiculous. That's not true at all. I mean, there are people that don't have anything, and I think that they could and maybe even should be wholesaling. So there's a lot of great answers to this questions, lots of different things that people could do. So I'm thumbing through the comments here, and just some of these answers just blew me away, and I responded to like a lot of them. So one of the answers, and I hate that their people's names are on here, and I really don't want to call people out, but I don't know of how to bleep these things out. So one of the answers is, tell them you have no earnest money and it's a cash deal. Then ask which day they would like to close. Motivated sellers don't focus on earnest money, but other wholesalers, investors, and realtors do, and that's really true a lot of the times. That motivated sellers really don't, a lot of the time, not all the time, a lot of the time don't focus on earnest money. They focus on, but wholesalers focus on that. Investors, realtors, that actually is a pretty true statement. But this last sentence here, I think, is ridiculous. Direct sellers don't even know what earnest money is. So you're just, the assumption is that direct sellers don't even know what earnest money is. So therefore, just tell them it's a cash deal. I don't even mind, if you want to rebuttal the objection with that. That's not a terrible response. Maybe not the response I would give, but hey, it's a cash deal, and I actually said it's a cash deal. Don't typically put earnest money down. But when they insist, I do give them their earnest money. When they insist, I give them their earnest money. So I responded, direct sellers don't know what earnest money is. So the next one was, I was going to say, does it sound motivated? And that might be true, but are you just going to walk away from the deal because they don't sound motivated? The next one says, if you're wholesaling it, find a buyer that has $5,000 to put down or set up the contract where the money is paid at closing. The first part of that sentence is good. If you're wholesaling, find a partner or find another buyer to go ahead and put that money down. Or I don't know that you could set up a contract where the money is paid at closing, but maybe, and then someone else made a great comment, which was something I would do is, set it up to where the earnest money is due after the inspection or after the due diligence period. So a lot of that answer was good. Some of it, maybe it needs tweaking. And here's, put in this, Nate put in the inspection contingency, earnest money is due after inspection. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really good answer. This person writes, it's not a motivated seller. Only people who focus on earnest monies are people in the industry. Again, that is not true. So what are we going to do here? We're going to just make that assumption and walk away from a potential deal. I don't really like that. Walk away and tell him to call when he comes to his senses. I mean, I think that's like a ridiculously crazy response. What if there was like an incredibly great deal here and this person is posting in this forum and trying to get a good comment, and maybe they take this advice and they just walk away from a great deal because they don't know how to structure it, or they don't know how to structure the earnest money piece to it. And you're just going to tell someone hey, come back when you come to your senses. Is that a good way to talk to a seller, especially a seller that might have a property that you're interested in, that you might be able to move, might be able to wholesale? I think that's ridiculous. Let it go. Just let it go. What if, what if this was a great deal? What if this was something, this person who posted this question is obviously new and needs help. And the advice is just let it go. Just let the lead go. I mean, I just think some of the stuff in here is just completely ridiculous. And this person writes, that's not a wholesaler, that's a real seller. Or that's a wholesaler, not the real seller. Maybe, but not necessarily. So again, just guys, the point in making this video is just be careful who you listen to. Okay, just be careful who you're listening to. Make sure you're getting the advice of 3 people who you know and respect and trust. Not just willy-nilly, just random people out there, okay? Even people who say, hey, I'm a coach, or I'm a teacher, I'm a wholesale teacher or coach, and you watch their YouTube video. I would listen to 3 people, not just one person, just to make sure you're getting good perspective there. I want to know how you would respond. I try to get to the point where I don't respond to all these people, but there's just something inside of me just maybe I'm trying to help this person, and there was so much bad advice that I wanted to try to really help this person as much as I could. What would you have done if you came across a post like this? Would you have commented? Would you not have commented? Would you have answered it? I would want to know what you would have done. Write me a comment and let me know. Was I off base? Should I have just let this thing go and not even said anything? Make a comment. I'd love to know what you guys think. Love you. Talk to you soon.